Thank you for coming, David. Since we're about the midpoint of the HyperCrom project, I thought it would be a good idea to review the progress so far and see if we're on the right track. That way, if there's anything we need to improve or fix, we can do so in time to finish the project. Ready?
I am.
Good. The deadline for the project is still April 30th?
Yes, it is. That's the launch date, but the project won't really be over for another 2 weeks, as we'll be on call in case any major problems come up.
So, would it be fair to say the HyperCrom season will end on May 14th?
Yes, but I don't know why I'd describe it like that.
And could you tell me what, specifically, the project is, for the benefit of those of us who might not know?
What? You've been aware of the project since the beginning.
Humor me.
Okay. Well...
It's called the HyperCrom. But what does it do?
It does anything you want it to do. It does everything. It's the perfect device.
And the best part, the absolute best part, is since it runs out, you need to buy more and more. And they're addictive. Once you buy one, you'll never want to go without one again. You'll want a half dozen at a time.
It's a kid's toy? What is it? Like a Tamagotchi?
It's not a Tamagotchi, Jay. It's newer. One of the many facets of the product is that, yes, it's a life-form simulation. But there's also so much more it can do. It's really quite astounding.
That Tamagotchi's that kid's toy where they have to feed fake animals that beep at them every 2 minutes, right?
The HyperCrom is so much more advanced than that.
It sounds thrilling. Now, I see that the timelines for the project are very tight. Were there issues with that?
You already know there were. I talked to you about them.
For the audience!
Okay. There was an issue because we had to plan for a lot of overtime each week in order to meet the client deadlines.
And how was that resolved?
Barely. Boss wouldn't give the team the extra money or time off that they wanted, but...
Everything worked out for the best, at least.
Yes. Well, there were problems with the design.
We don't think the nudity is appropriate.
Nudity?
We're not prudes. Not by a long shot. But we think this product skews a little younger for there to be nudity on the site.
Where's the nudity?
If you take it out, it's perfect.
There's implied nudity, to be sure, but that's to add an element of sauciness without actually being objectionable.
No, there's actual nudity here. Both men and women.
I apparently neglected to turn off one of the layers.
Is this a naked child?
He's a midget.
And temper tantrums.
It would be a waste of time not to do this, because I don't want to go back and rebuild the damned things when we're halfway through.
But everything got sorted out.
That's great! And we made the alpha on schedule, I see.
We did.
How did that go?
Why are you asking me that?
What do you mean?
I was out sick when the alpha was delivered.
And?
And you took over for me.
Well, I can't very well sit here telling myself how the project went, can I?
I don't know how to argue with that logic, Mojo.
Good.
Time was pretty tight. The team wanted more, but neither the clients nor, well, you was willing to give it to them.
How did they handle that?
About as well as you might expect.
The alpha delivery is 2 days away. How confident are we about making it?
We're looking good for the most part, but I'd be more confident if we had a couple more days to refine it.
That's not in the timeline, Clark.
I know. That's why I use the qualifier, more.
Is that the right use of the word qualifier?
Probably not.
We need the alpha released on time, Clark.
David said the deadline for that might be flexible.
No, definitely not. Absolutely not. I'm sorry you can't have any extra time.
We did meet the alpha deadline though, didn't we?
Yes, we did. Although there was some team friction. Apparently Brian was spending his free time working on a book and was forgetting to sleep. Needless to say, Clark didn't really like that.
You hear me, Beho? Beho!
But the team held together?
For the most part.
But the alpha was well received.
Except for the fact that they didn't even bother to look at it for another week or so.
What's wrong with...
Would you like to take a look at it now? We can get your immediate reactions.
Sure, that's a great idea. It's why we chose dotBoom. You have so many great ideas. It looks great. It's perfect. You didn't even look at it. Do you have any idea how much Work went into this?
So what happens next?
Well, next is the beta, which is a feature-complete release of the site and games with minimal bugs. Once we've got that done, we send it to an external QA lab.
QA?
Quality assurance. They test it to make sure it doesn't break.
Interesting. And after that?
Then the client looks at it, does their own test, and they ideally sign off on it, and we push it to live.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thank you for the update, David. I'm sure everyone else appreciates it as much as I do.
What are you talking about?
When you get to see so many wacky adventures each week, you lose sight of the mundane things happening in the background.
Like the project?
Like the project. Some people might forget that it's even happening.
Who forgets about the project?
Why, they do.
They?
Yes, all of them.
Right. Do you hear voices?
You mean right now?
Ever?
I hear you.
Looking good is never easy, especially when you feel so queasy. You wanted bright and breezy, all you got was over easy. Your oversimplification just became a complication, and the face that you are making, I can see the judge is faking. I can't see what the fuss is, and I don't know what